Be sure to check out my Patreon for weekly exclusive interviews, extra content on Veve and Omi, and building generational wealth, as well as money management tips from experienced whales. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another Veve and Ecomi video. So in this one, we're going to be talking a little bit about a topic that we covered yesterday, but I wanted to go a little bit more in depth because we were talking about a $1 Omi and some of the catalysts that would be needed to actually reach that. Some people saw that as a bearish video. I don't think that is bearish at all. It's just putting it into perspective, all the things that needs to take place and the fact that we don't know the speed at which these things are going to take place. Like, this is a new technology. No one even really knows the full capabilities of this yet. We don't know what all is capable of. We don't know how to push this technology to the max, what that even looks like, how quickly the world adopts this. This is very, very bullish because we're in so early on something that has yet to even fully take form and shape itself, because regardless of how this technology is integrated into our world, these are some of the most valuable items for collectors that's ever going to exist. Like, and that's just a fact. So we get this stuff this early before we even know, exactly how impactful it's going to be. We know that it's going to be impactful. We just don't know how impactful yet. We just don't know the extent of what type of utilities this stuff will have. We don't know if how big the collecting community is going to become now that collecting is moving over into NFT digital format. It's just so many uncertainties and so much we don't know, but we do know that there is value here. So, and there will never be another first appearance of this stuff on the blockchain again. There will never. That being said, I think that this is bullish. I think that we're in a very bullish place. It gives us time, those of us who are interested, not financial advice, but those of us who are interested in continuing to stack this stuff, it gives us an opportunity to buy more at very, very low prices, because people are sleeping on this. People don't understand the technology, and they never really took the time to understand where this space is going as a whole. So that being said, something that we touched on yesterday was the impact of gaming and Veve working with games and how huge that could be. So let's step away from them creating a metaverse, and let's step away from them competing with some of the biggest games and metaverses in the world. Let's stick to what Veve is actually excellent at already: licensing, making deals, getting other people's products and being allowed to sell it, maybe getting the Omi token, like deals and partnerships. So is it a stretch to think that they could do some deals and get the Omi token used by some big projects? No, if it makes sense for these projects, the projects will more than likely use it. And we know that this is a team capable of securing those deals. Now, when it comes down to the NFTs, same thing. Do I think that Veve is capable of partnering with a game like Fortnite maybe, or partnering with a game like Apex Legends or something like that? I absolutely believe that they are able to do stuff like this, or even Call of Duty. I believe that Veve can secure deals. That is what they're good at. That is what they do. And the thing that I think that we need to have a conversation about is the value proposition of why these games would want to be onboarded into attaching Veve's digital assets to what they already have going on. So to put it in perspective for you all, let me explain to you all who are not gamers how the gaming industry currently works. So on a game like Fortnite, when a new skin, a new character skin comes out, you can buy that skin for a period of time. Maybe they make it available for a week or a month. You have that month to buy it, and then you can't buy it again. But then they'll do these little limited time events for like 1 or 2 days or something throughout the year. So the way that they make money is from that initial sale that they had that skin out there for a month, for a season, however long it is. They had that skin out there. Then maybe on that same skin, maybe they sell like maybe 10% more throughout the year when they do these little limited time pop-up events. They sell like 10% more. How does NFTs create more value for that model? How does NFTs create more, a better situation? So the way that I'm looking at it is like this. If you buy a Fortnite skin for $10 and it's for that limited time, you're going to get that $10 from everybody who buys the first month. Okay, cool. You got $10 for the first month. And then let's say 2 more times throughout that year, you do a limited time event. So you get like 10% more sales on top of that. You got that initial You got those initial sales, and then you got 10% on top of it. As opposed to it being on the blockchain, you being able to have your customers or your players selling this back and forth to each other all day, every day. And let's say I'm an OG in the game. Like, let's say you have 1 million OGs in the game. We've been using this skin since it first came out. We're tired of it now. We want to buy a new skin, but we don't want to keep putting in more money. So we sell our skin to somebody who just started playing today, and they think that that skin is cool. So now you got a marketplace with this skin in it, and now every single transaction you're making money, and this is constantly selling. The old players are constantly selling to the new players, and that's basically how it goes. So instead of you selling one time for 1 month and then a couple times throughout the year, every single skin on your platform, you're always going to have this dynamic where the older players are selling to the new players, and it's just constant sales back and forth all day, every day, as opposed to you release a skin, you sell it once, and then you don't get any more sales until you decide to do a little pop-up event. That is the power of the blockchain. You go from selling something for 1 month to being able to sell it at a limited a limited amount of it for forever. Like, it's just constant. Like 10 years later, if a game is still around, somebody could hop on, buy that skin from somebody who has it listed in the marketplace. I think that is the biggest selling point of the blockchain. There's going to be a huge revenue stream for them. It's going to be a constant residual revenue stream for them. So that's going to be huge. And by the way, that's no extra work from the company or anything at all. That's no extra work. It's the members that's already there. And then because it's such an exclusive skin, maybe you can up the price on it. So maybe if it's a season 1 skin, instead of just paying the initial $10, you could allow them to upcharge it a little bit and charge $20 for it. So then if the market in the video game starts to charge $20 for it because we're in season 10 and you're trying to buy a skin from season 1 that makes you a really, really real OG, now it's a more expensive skin. So instead of that initial $10 that you would have had to sell it for, now someone has to pay $20 because that's what the market has decided that this is worth. And honestly, with these games, you can always make it so they can never drop it below retail. Like, because with a game, nobody is going to complain about that. This is how much the skin costs. You're always going to pay at least this. The only difference is you can up price it. So you can price it up. That's way better for a business model. And nobody's going to be like in Veve, if you couldn't drop something below retail, it would be complained about. This is the ecosystem. If you want to make a deal with somebody, sell something under retail for whatever your reasons is, you should be able to. This is a free market. But if in a video game, they can set those type of restrictions where this can never drop below this price and no one's going to complain about it. And they can also set it so everybody can charge this price, and that's going to help the company. If people want that OG skin enough, which if it's OG enough, everyone's going to want it. There you go. And then you have to take into consideration things like influencers. So the influencer Ninja from Fortnite, he released his own skin. That's something that everybody wanted. So because it was so popular, that's something that could be upcharged, by the way. And also that popularity is going to increase interest in it, which means that Ninja's skin will probably be selling back and forth a lot. It'll probably be selling a lot. And then it's going to get to a place you might not have heard of this gaming company, but it's a gaming company called FaZe. They're so big that when they drop merch and like hoodies and stuff, they can literally sell this stuff. And then as soon as they sell it, people are reselling it for more than they bought it for. That's how valuable this stuff is. It's a lot of money to be made in the gaming space, man. So imagine that with skins in this type of market format. Basically, and then in gaming, you can restrict it so the prices can never go down under the floor, but it can always go up higher. That is the type of stuff that you can do in gaming. That's the type of stuff that you would be able to do in gaming. So every new influencer that blows up, let's say some new kid comes out, he starts to wear this certain skin, and he dominates everybody in that game and builds his reputation, builds his name, being the best player for that point in time. Because at different times throughout a game's life cycle, different people become the top player in the game. Everybody is going to want to be like that player who is at the top. So this new kid makes it to the top. Now he has this skin that everybody wants to buy. So now instead of people having to wait, instead of Epic Games or Fortnite having to, you know, wait like 2 months to do a limited time event, as soon as this kid start popping off, they already got a marketplace with that skin in it. All the OGs are already trying to sell to the new people. So as soon as he starts popping off, those skins start flying off the shelves. And it's a win-win. Like the OGs get to sell their stuff back to people, maybe for potentially more money. And then the Epic Games is getting money off of every single transaction. So this is just something that constantly happens. And it doesn't have to just be one player blowing up at a time. You have usually 5 to 10 players blowing up all through different months, all throughout the years and stuff like that. So literally at every point in time, somebody's going to be popping. Somebody's going to be the reason that some skin is popular and everybody wants it. And that's what's going to be driving these sales all year long around the clock. So this is the type of value proposition that Veve has to be willing to offer these gaming studios and be able to sell them on this, because this is the best thing for them. This is going to make them a lot more money than what they're doing already. That's not even, like, we don't even have to talk about things like the NFTs, like having to use NFTs to access a game. Okay, like maybe that works for newer games. To access Call of Duty, if they start demanding that you have an NFT to access Call of Duty, might be weird. Like maybe not these AAA titles would do something like this. This will probably be some new brand game where it's not yet popular, you know? But Call of Duty, Fortnite, I don't see them doing something like that, requiring an NFT to access the game. So we can take that out. NFTs for additional content. Maybe instead of like buying battle passes and stuff, maybe they would be willing to do NFTs for additional content, but who knows? So the way that I'm seeing it, the way that I'm looking at it, I think that adding this marketplace to where if like these NFTs, you tie these NFTs and tie these game skins into the blockchain and partner with a company like Veve to use their NFTs to incorporate this technology into what you're already doing. I feel like that's a seamless transition to bring the gaming community over into Veve without, you know, needing to change the infrastructure of gaming too much. This is just like a great introduction. Maybe at some point Veve can convince them to make it required to actually have an NFT to play the game or something. Like maybe the blockchain, maybe metaverses, maybe all of this gets to that point where it's just going to be the norm for people to have NFTs to do everything. But especially early on, this transition of being able to just buy and sell skins all day because you're using the blockchain, that would make Veve a lot of money, that would make the company a lot of money, and that would make the gamers some money. So it's a win-win situation. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I want to know how you all feel about this. What do you all think of this idea? Definitely want to hear some conversations on this. I think this will be interesting to see what everybody how everyone is feeling about this. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, man. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, fam.